Welcome everyone to my AMA. I'm Dan from Dan's Tutorials, D-A-N-S Tutorials, and I create videos for the Mac, iPad, iPhone, Apple Watch, Apple TV, and generally just try to help people work with these devices. As we all know, these devices are getting more and more, I don't want to say complicated, but feature rich, which can complicate how we use them, and also the discoverability of some of the features. They're just adding more and more features every year. So my job or my goal is to try to help and uncover some of these hidden features that you may find helpful. You can find me over at danstutorials.com, and if you like what you see, it is a membership-based website, and it is just me, well, me and my wife, but primarily just me, and it is a membership site. So if you like what you see, all I ask is that you join and become a member. You're helping out a small business. Nothing real big here. So there is my spiel, and let's get to my AMA. I host these usually twice a month, usually. And basically the way that it works is if you go to my site, you can sign up for these, and I open up questions when you register. I have a limited amount of tickets that are available for that, so we can kind of keep the meeting down to a manageable length. But you can find those over on the site. All right, with all that out of the way, let's get going with my AMA. Today I actually have quite a few questions. Some people asked a couple of them, and some of them are going to be relatively easy, so I can kind of breeze through them. Some of them are going to be kind of fun, and at the very end I'm going to end with a couple questions from Danny, who's usually here, and he's not able to watch it. He's over in overseas, and I think he's probably sleeping right now, so he just asked me to answer a couple questions towards the end, so I can kind of throw something in for him there. So let's get started and take a look at our first question. Well, first of all, we are at my AMA for September 21, 2023. Now we can get to our first question. So the first question actually comes from Bonnie, and she asks, is there a way to block ads on the iPad? And there is, but it's kind of hit and miss with this. Basically what you need to do is you need to download an ad blocker. And these have been around on the Mac for a long time. I got to turn my music off here before YouTube will not allow me to do anything with it. There we go. All right. So basically, what you need to do is you need to download an extension that would go into Safari. And once you download that extension will go and basically take, stop any ads from playing. So let's go over to my iPad. I'm going to share my screen here, so then we can easily see my iPad, and we'll see how this works. Everyone can see me all right? We're good? Perfect. All right. So the way that, there we go. When I share my screen, I always have to readjust my screens here a little bit so I can see everyone. There we go. One more. All right. So we're going to go over to my iPad. And basically, the way that this works, I'm using iPadOS 17, but this is not an iPadOS 17 thing, so you can just ignore what version of iPadOS I'm using. But what you'll do is you'll go over to the App Store, and you'll search basically for an ad blocker. So you just go over here to search, and what I would do is just go AD. You're going to see ad blocker here. And for the most part, all you have to do is just download this. You can see that I've downloaded, I thought I've downloaded more of these, but you just download these, and then what it'll do is it'll block the ads. Now, most of these are paid. You have to pay for them. And that is just because they are constantly battling with all of these advertisers, AdSense, Google, and all that, because obviously Google and them do not want you to skip the ads. It's a money generator for them. So when they detect that you're using an ad blocker, what they'll do is they'll update their website and bypass that. So it's a constant back and forth between these websites and these ad blockers. So they constantly have to update their algorithms or whatever that detects the ads. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download this one here, and we're going to see how this works. Some of these work better than others. I have had okay luck with a few of these, but I'll show you towards the end. When I get towards question, I've been working with Setapp a little bit more, and they actually have an ad blocker that seems to be working really good, and they also have a screenshot thing that on Ward's question. So anyway, let's go and set this up. So basically what we need to do is we need to go into Safari here and tell it to use an ad blocker and which ad blockers to use. That's all this screen here is telling me. So I'll go into Safari here, and we need to go to Safari settings. And you're going to see here, when I swipe up, we should see block pop-ups. That's good. And then if we go to extensions, here's all of these ad blocking. And what I basically need to do is turn all of these on for this particular one. So this will block ads, it'll block trackers, it'll block social, it'll block safety, custom stuff, and they just recommend turning them all on. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now, being that I am using iOS 17, I can turn them on for specific profiles. And iPadOS 17, iOS 17, and macOS Sonoma, we can now have different profiles in Safari. I'm not going to talk about that, but basically it's almost like having separate browsers. So I want to turn this on. I'll just turn it on for my work, and we'll leave it off for personal. And then we can compare the difference. So I'm just going to turn these on. Turn them on one by one. And then we're going to go to CNN, and we're going to see what it does. I'll give you a tip as I'm turning these on. Another way of blocking ads, at least when you're reading an article, is to use reader mode. That's a free way of doing it, and when you use reader mode, basically Safari will strip out all of the ads. So that's a cheap and easy way, but it only works for blogs, when you're reading an article. It doesn't work for all websites. It has to be something that you have to read. So I'm in Safari here, and let's go to CNN. And we can see that it is blocking the ads. So there's a big white space here. But at least, it'd be nice to get rid of that, but at least what it is doing is it's blocking it. You can see that there are no ads in here. So when I go and click on this, now there's reader mode. It went into it automatically. I'm going to turn that off. And you're going to see that there are no ads. Now if I go into the same article, into my other profile, see, we'll go into personal. Remember, I didn't turn this on in my personal profile. So now, when we go here, there's the ads. You can see we have ads throughout the whole thing, but when we go over to my work, which is where that, we're still learning profiles. Now I'm in that profile, and we can see there are no ads. So you can download ad blockers, and you can put this on the iPhone, the Mac, and the iPad. So these ad blockers work really, most of them work well. And if we go back into that ad blocker, there is settings for these. You can have it exclude different sites and things like that. Maybe on some site, it's breaking the site. What you need to do is you just need to say, don't block the ads on this specific site. You can do that by going to where's my recents here, recently added. When you open up the app, you can actually go in here and set different settings for it and allow list. So I'd put in a website where you can allow it, regional. So you do have various settings in here that you can go and set. So this is AdBlock Pro. It seems to be working pretty good. It is available through Setapp. So I was impressed with this one so far. And like I said, what they will do is you're going to see background updates. You want to make sure that that is turned on. Well, that's where they want you to get money. So I'm not going to turn that on. But if you do pay for it, what it'll do is it'll update because again, like I said in the beginning, there's a constant battle back and forth between these and the advertisers, these ad blockers. So so yes, back to Bonnie, you can do that. And it's just through these ad blockers. And to be honest with you, this AdBlock Pro, I just discovered this one today because, like I say, it's part of Setapp. I thought I'll give this one a try. I've tried a few other ones and I've had mixed results. This one seems to be pretty good, but give it a month. It depends on how often they update it or anything like that. But and it's free. You just have to update it manually, kind of thing. Open up the app every once in a while. But for free, it seems to be doing a pretty good job. And like I said, you can actually go to, let's go to my Mac here. You can download that to your iPhone through the App Store, and I'm going to assume, what was that, ad blocker? There it is. You can download it for the Mac as well, so then you can put it on your Mac. But there are a ton of these. Most of them are free to start out with, and they'll give you the basic stuff so you can kind of try them out to see which one works best for you. And if you like what you see, sometimes they want you to pay for it. And I get that because they are constantly updating it, So that's how you can block ads. Any questions on that? All right. Well, let's go to the next question, which is from Tom, and Tom asks, have I tried these different AR glasses? And to be honest with you, Tom, I have not. I've never even heard of them. So I'm going to go back to that slide, and we're going to take a look at this. Have you tried them, Tom? Oh, so Tom has them. So let's go back to my Mac here, and I'm going to look these up here. And then I would love to hear Tom's experience with them. Let me look it up here first, Tom. That is the Xreal, I'm assuming.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up the Xreal site here, so everyone can kind of get an idea of what we're talking about here. So Xreal glasses. So I'm going to say that this is where Apple wants to go with their augmented, or maybe are they VR glasses?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see there's, we'll just go with this one here. And essentially, they are your glasses that you wear, and do they have screens built in them? So tell us your experience with them. How do you like them?
I've had this pair for 1 week, and
here, hold on.
While he's pulling that up, we can get an idea of what they are. So it looks like they have a couple of cameras in them. Multi-level adjustment.
No cameras, just two screens.
Just two screens.
And if you look very closely, you're actually seeing the screen through the dark glasses.
Oh, so that's that screen underneath it there.
Correct. It's a very high resolution screen. And I read a number of reviews comparing these, and this appeared to be very close to the top of those suggested today. There's still some under development, but there are basically two things. You see that Xreal Beam,
yeah,
that's a separate unit. That's not the glasses itself, but it's actually a separate unit that looks like this. There's a comes with its own little cable and different input and output, but that adds a spatial viewing element to it.
Okay,
It
kind of
allows
like
you
what
to
Apple's VR thing does, where it blends them together. Okay,
correct,
okay,
and it allows you to have multiple windows at the same time. Now, if I just use my USB-C cable and plug these glasses directly into my, I have an M1 16-inch MacBook Pro, then I'm just seeing the screen. What I'm seeing on my screen looking at you right now is exactly what I would see on both screens in here, only it completely fills my eye view. In
okay.
fact, it goes almost to the edge of peripheral vision. And so at the right at the edge, if I were looking at the little apple in the upper left-hand corner of my screen, it just starts to blur at the very edge there. But everything else, even the small print, is very, very easy to read and very quick. And so now the most bothersome thing is as you move your head from left to right, the screen moves as well.
That's what they were looking at here. Yeah.
Correct. Yep, exactly. And so that can be a little disorienting at first. And you actually have two different ways of looking at the screen. You can either use it with looking through the lens, or kit comes with a separate cover. And this cover you can put over the lens. And in doing so, it completely blocks any background.
Okay, so it's almost like you're wrapping yourself around like a VR, a Quest or something.
Precisely. That's very, very nice until you say, okay, now I need to reach over and touch the trackpad on my computer. Where the hell is it? So that's where you want to take that cover off, and you can see below the screens, and you can see the real world below the screens themselves. So you have a
So I have
duality
a
of
I
vision.
have a Quest. I know what you're talking about there, because what I will do is there's just a little bit of an air gap in between there, and I'll go like this, so then I know where my hand is, and I can, so it's
Yep,
probably along that
that's
same line.
exactly it. Now, if you're using a mouse, you can see the cursor with no problem whatsoever on screen.
Okay.
Now, and that's very, very nice. Now, you can also plug this into the iPad. It works very well. You can also do it wirelessly to my iPhone using a variation on AirPlay. But that requires the use of this device, the separate unit called
iBeam.
the Beam.
Okay.
And so it's experimental. The most I can say. Is it worth $500? Well, depends on how experimental you want to be.
Okay.
Now,
I,
if I want to sit here at my desk using it, it seems a little bothersome. If I want to lay down in my bed and I want to watch a movie, it's wonderful. If I want to get on an airplane, or if I'm riding in a car and somebody else is driving, thank God they're driving, not me. Um, it's very, very nice. Now, it does have built-in speakers in the arms
okay.
themselves, back here just ahead, not just ahead of your ears. I wear hearing aids. Those speakers, I don't know. They're sort of okay,
I've
but not great.
Somebody asked, does it make you cross-eyed?
No, not
Okay.
in any way. And I do wear glasses normally just for reading, and I do not have to wear glasses and here. Now, it does come with an extra pair of reading glasses that are actually built in if you wish to mount them.
Okay. So
But
this is where
I
I
have
would say
glasses.
Apple wants to go. So this is kind of like the first MP3 players where they were okay, and then Apple, hopefully, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Ward, I see your hand is up. You'll have to unmute. There we go.
Yes, I'm wearing drugstore readers in order to get a clear vision on my screen. and I have different readers when I'm holding things in my hands. Um, am I going to need to get special readers to insert in? Because I can't see anything up close.
No, these actually are for close vision, the ones that come with it. Now, I'm the same way, Ward. These are reading glasses. I can drive without wearing glasses, but these are reading glasses I have on right now that I just use for the computer. I do not require those for this device.
And I know that when Apple comes out with theirs, and I think Oculus has, you can buy inserts. They're almost like prescription. For those exact scenarios, Warden. Some people say I'm sure they're going to be expensive, but then I don't really know, but other people are like, well, they're available for Quest and they're like $15. So I'm going to say that you can get those inserts, and I think, like you said, Tom, those do have those inserts in there, and you can probably buy other ones that, because all of our eyes are different,
Yeah, very much so. So basic experience is I see this as a trainer for the Vision Pro next year. This is kind of like a stepping stone to get used to
Right.
using IR and VR glasses, and things you use it for and things you don't. The thing I like best about this, as opposed to some of the other brands, is the ability to actually see the computer screen and work on the computer screen for hours on end, because it comes with 3 different sets of nose pieces, depending upon the size or shape of your nose. And so they really emphasize comfort. And that's been a big problem with goggles and such in the past. And they're pretty lightweight, all things considered.
Cable doesn't get in the way. Whoops, anyway, that's not where I wanted to go. Cable doesn't get in the way? Like the cable,
It's a 1 meter cable, and so it's long enough. It's high quality woven material for in cases it does not get in the way, because it plugs into the end of one of the over the ear arms, and so I can just throw it down to the desk and it's out of the way.
I've never heard of this. That's interesting. It'll be interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone in a. Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Well, one other thing that occurs to me that might be a problem, and that is I am constantly getting up from my Mac and walking away.
That's a problem.
That's going to be a problem. Yep.
I guess we can learn to not do that. But
now, having said that, Word, if you get this additional device, it actually has power in it that will power for about a half hour, and you can just throw it in your pocket and you can walk away.
Okay.
And you're not tethered anymore. Uh-oh, Steve's on there. He's going to give me grief. Thank you very much for covering that.
Yeah, that's interesting. All right. The next thing that we have here is from Kevin, and he's wondering how. So when he downloads stuff, he uses an iPad, and when he gets a PDF in his mail or mail on the iPad, sometimes it will download, and other times it will not. And he's wondering why that is. What's happening? Why would it work sometimes and sometimes not? And I don't, to be honest, I don't have an answer for you, Kevin. I looked all through this. I have a theory, but what I did is I went to my iPad here and went into all of the settings for mail. Let's see make sure you can. Yeah, we're looking at the same thing. I went to the mail settings here and went through all these different accounts. And I thought, well, maybe, something in there. Nothing in there, So then I thought, I wonder if it happens sometimes, what could be happening is the way that people attach mail. And I don't know if this is true or not. So if someone knows the difference between this, but I'm gonna show you my theory, and I'm wondering if this is and what the way that this would work, Kevin, is to support this, to see if this is actually it. Is it the ones that download, are they always from the same people? And
No.
they're not. Okay. That
It-
kind of blows that one out of the water.
Yeah, it's
What
really infuriating.
Yeah, what I was thinking was when you create a new mail message, what you're able to do, now I'm on the Mac here, but I'm just saying if I was sending something to you, there are basically two different ways to attach a document. And I don't know how this works on Windows or anything like that, but if I was sending something to you, Kevin, normally what Mac people will do is they'll just drag and drop. Pretty simple stuff. But other people will go up to the attachment here, and then what it'll do is it'll attach that file. And in some cases, what it will do is it'll put it into a different spot. So this is what my theory was. So I'm going to actually go to Spark Mail. Let's see here. I hope it's set up. Yep. Oh, it's not set up on here, so I'm not. But sometimes it'll put the PDF in the actual body of the email, and other times you might see it as an attachment down at the bottom. So I'm wondering if that is what the difference is. But I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry. I don't. I looked it up, and no one. They talk about downloading images into the mail app and all, but nothing like what you're talking about. I couldn't find any answer. Does anyone else have anything any ideas? So I'm not able to help you with that one, Kevin. Sorry.
Well, I sort of am curious. You haven't ever received PDFs and they open automatically?
Generally speaking, no. They don't.
And I'm sorry, are you, I mean, is it possible it's unique? I don't know why, but unique to iPads?
I get my mail on the iPad and
you're using this Spark as
Yeah.
opposed to, so I mean, is it possible that it's because I'm using Apple Mail?
Could be. But I've never experienced that even with the mail app on the iPad. But when I do use it, and I mean I do have it on my iPad and I do use it occasionally. Like you said, I use Spark, but I don't know. I don't know why that would be. Why it would download sometimes and sometimes not.
Well, okay, so let me clarify, make sure.
Mhm.
Okay, and it's even happened, I believe, when I've actually attached an attachment in email. It just opens. Okay, so it's like it's the image just appears. I mean, for instance, as an example, a better example, if you're using Windows, which of course is what I use most of my life, so that's what I still. You send an email, there's an attachment there. That's it. It does not open until you physically open it, click on it. And that sometimes seems to happen with the iPad, but it seems more often than not, it just automatically opens. And it's really, it's just really irritating to me to do that. So that's why I'm asking. But it's that it just opens. I mean, like if you open your email and there's an attachment, it opens.
It just opens that attachment.
And what's important to note too is that it opens, but it opens in the email, so it's a condensed version. Okay,
Right.
It's not like it blows it up to like a PDF, like 8.5 by 11 or anything like that. It's kind of like an image, and it's kind of like, what's the purpose of this?
Let's do this if it's okay with you. When you get one of those, forward it on to me, and I'll just see if I can. I'll open it up on my iPad and just see what it does, and we'll go from there. Someone said in the chat, maybe if the PDF is forwarded. I guess we're going to find that out. If the PDF is forwarded, they get this problem with images. So apparently, other people are experiencing it. But yeah, next time that happens, forward that email on to me, and then I can kind of see if it does the same thing to me, and then see if I can figure out why it's doing it. We'll go that
Okay,
way.
thank you. Yep, thanks.
Yep. All right. The next question that we have is from Marcy, and she is wondering if there are any similar apps to 1Password that are basically free. And I would say, yeah, Apple's version, especially with if you're using macOS Sonoma, iPadOS, or iOS 17. You can now create shared groups, which used to be one of the pillars of 1Password. And it's all done through Apple's Keychain, and it's all secure. I've been using it for years. I was a 1Password user, and I switched over to Apple's Password Manager a few years ago, and I have absolutely zero regrets. 1Password is great. Don't get me wrong. You've heard me say this before. It does a lot more than what Apple's, but if it does, you can keep track of documents and all that kind of stuff. And it works on Windows. So it absolutely has its advantages. But if you just want to keep and manage your passwords, I think that iCloud's solution works great. And it's pretty simple to do on the Mac. All you have to do is just go into your settings, and you're going to see here passwords. And when I open it up, here are all my passwords. And here are the new groups that so you could share a group of passwords with other people. So if I wanted to share a group with Ward, I'd be able to send him an invitation. He accepts it as long as he's using the latest Mac OS or iOS and iPadOS, and we can actually share passwords. But basically, these are all my passwords here. And if I go into a site, it'll automatically, just like 1Password, use one of those passwords. And it keeps track of all that. I change the password. It'll change it in here. And if I go to Safari, now the disadvantage of this is it is exclusive to Safari. Supposedly there's a Chrome extension that with macOS Sonoma where you can use it with other browsers, and I need to investigate that a little bit. I read that there was. I haven't found it yet, but I haven't really looked too hard either because I'm a Safari user. But if you're using Safari, it's just super simple. You're going to see auto passwords and usernames and passwords. Just make sure that's checked, and it'll start using Apple's version. And the beauty of this is then what it'll do is it'll go over to the iPad, and all of your passwords will be on your iPad, and they'll be on your iPhone as well. So to me, I don't, if someone wants more, I recommend 1Password. If someone doesn't need all that, I go with Apple's iCloud, which is what I use. So, any questions on that? Yeah, go ahead, Tom. Nice glasses.
Thank you. Did passwords replace Keychain?
No, it uses Keychain in the back end. So it's still,
Okay.
all of your stuff is in the Keychain app. But you can access Keychain on the iPad and the iPhone. And I generally don't recommend people going into Keychain because you can break stuff. Just use the passwords in the system settings and you should be fine. So, but yes, it uses the Keychain as the back end. It stores all that stuff in the Keychain.
Gotcha. Thank you.
With password on Safari, what if your phone or iPad gets stolen? Well, as you saw, I'm going to go back over to my iPad here. And let's just say someone stole this. When I go to passwords here, so I'm not in passwords, what it's going to need is Face ID. So if I'll move my face out of the way here. And you're going to see it's not going to so if someone steals my iPad, they're not going to be able to until, try Face ID again, and there it goes. So it uses even though they can get into the phone, they won't be able to get into the passwords without some kind of biometric or anything like that. So, all right, let's see what the next question is. This comes from Michael, and this goes back on the VR. My thoughts on the future of Vision Pro, AR, VR, all that kind of stuff. And as Tom kind of said a few questions ago, I think that this is going to be the future in some sort of way. It is definitely going to. I don't think it'll replace computers. Not probably in my lifetime, but you never know. But if they can get those glasses down to what Tom is wearing right now, and have that whole experience, the Apple experience and all that, yeah, I could see how this could do it. And like they're talking about with the screen, like Tom was saying, he's actually watching this whole thing and in this little VR thing, and you go on to Apple, it's a $3,000 device, as opposed to a $500 device. So it's going to be that much better. But, you will be able to edit your movies in Final Cut Pro on, a screen like that big, or, bigger, so you're going to, I'm not limited to this screen that is this wide. So you're really, I think for stuff like that, I think it'll be good. Now, in the beginning, they're going to be heavy. They're going to be get warm, all of the things that we always hear. And I have heard that in some studies show that it's not good to have a screen that close to your eye. So we'll see on that. I do think that if everything proves to be okay health-wise and all that kind of stuff, I could see that there is definitely going to be a future for this in some form or fashion. Absolutely. Especially when they get it down to a size of like what Tom is wearing. If they get it down to something like that, yeah, absolutely. So, pointing affordance. Ward, please explain yourself.
If I'm sitting here with my arms crossed and looking at the screen and having no need to interact.
Yeah.
But if I want to pick something, how do I pick something?
Right there, you just did it. The way that Apple is going to work, and I would think that this is going to be the future. I think other ones will follow, as that's how it usually goes. Apple kind of sets a standard. Right now, they have the pointing devices. You go with a Quest or something like that, and you have these pointy devices and that kind of thing. Apple got rid of all that, and they have cameras. I think there's 7 cameras on the VR, and it's watching your hands. And basically what you do is you just grab onto something and you pull it down, and it's going to scroll down. So like you're sitting, there like this. I need to, it's going to be Minority Report. I need to, and it'll do it because it's watching your hand, not the pointer device, and it watches your gestures that you're using on the hand. So,
okay,
that kind of thing. All right, we're going to get into Ward's question here. So Ward asked about recommendation for screenshot apps. He uses an app that he likes to blur things out and this, that, and the other, and they are no longer going to support it or develop it, if I'm not mistaken. So he's wondering, what can you use? And, you can use Apple's screenshot, and it does a pretty good job, but it doesn't do what Ward wants. You can go Command-Shift-5, take a screenshot here. But what Ward might want to do is blur something out here or draw an arrow. If anybody's seen my screenshots, usually I'll draw an arrow in there real quick. You could do that with markup, but it's a lot of steps that you have to do. So there are screenshot programs out there, and the one that I use exclusively is called, and I used it before I started working with Setapp, but it's called CleanShot. And I really, really like this. So I'll demonstrate how this works and how this could work for you, Ward. So I don't have it set up for key commands on this computer, but you can have it replace your Apple key command. So you'd use it just like Apple, but I don't have it set up that way on this one. So it's up in my menu bar though, and all I need to do is just select what I want to do. So let's say I wanted to capture this screen here, and then I want to blur out, Wikipedia or, maybe a couple of these. So what you do is you go and decide what you're going to capture. I'm going to capture an area here. And I just go and, just like we do with Apple, and it shows up over here, just like it does in Apple. And from here, it'll actually just stay there. I kind of like that. With Apples, it disappears and just shows up on the desktop. And you can set it. There's a lot of settings for this. But I like this because now what I can do is I can go into this little button here and click on it, and it opens up in the actual CleanShot app. So this is the CleanShot app. And from here, I have all of these different tools that are available to me. So I can crop it. My favorite thing is I can go and add a background to it. Just give it a little bit more pleasing effect. But we keep going here, and you're going to see I can draw on it. This is my arrow that I've used. And if I want to make it fancy, change the color, change the width. There's the width. And of course, you can move these around. Can type on it, and I can highlight different things. We can draw a highlighter in here, and you can set the transparency. And then what Ward was asking about is blurring things out. So let's say I wanted to blur this frequently visited out. It doesn't actually use blur, but what it does is, something similar. You're going to see that it kind of, I guess you could say blur. So what do they call that? Obsculate? Or redact. So it redacts it, so you can kind of see, so if you had an email address behind there, you wouldn't be able to see that email address. And then from here, you can set how far, and I save it. And I can save it as a ping, anything like that. I can even just go here, click on it, and now I just copied it and I can paste it into an app. I don't have to actually save it. And then when I'm done, I just close this, and it's gone. So I don't know if that covers everything. I didn't look to see everything that the app that you're using, but based on your question, I think this will do most everything. Capture full screen, capture window. Yeah.
Can you save it to photographs?
Well, let's find out. So I go. Now this is only available on the Mac, Kevin. So it's not an iPad thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
So save as format. No, it doesn't. I mean, you could drag it into the photos for those of you who wanted to. They also do have a cloud service, and basic service is free, so you are able to save it to the cloud. So if you have multiple devices, you can easily transfer from one to the other using the cloud. But that, what's this one do? Take a screenshot. So I can take another screenshot and add it to this. So I believe you can layer it, and then you can drag this, place it anywhere.
Can I directly mail out of this?
Let's find out. So let's take a screenshot here. I'm going to capture an area again. And like I say, I actually have on my Mac, this opens up automatically in CleanShot. You don't have, like I say, if I go into the settings for CleanShot, there are quite a few settings in here. So if I don't find it here, here's cloud, copy. Share.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't see mail in that.
Edit extensions. And you can't turn mail on with this one. But all you have to do is hit the copy, and then if you open up mail, you can paste it into a mail message. So I can go into mail here. Since I copied it, paste.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not sharing directly, but you can use that. This app is, what's it called? Clean. Here's all the settings, clean shot. So you can see you have quite a few settings here. And maybe there's something in here about mail. Shortcuts. Toggle, pin, screenshot, screen recording, OCR, annotate. Annotate tools, I don't see anything in there. Quick access. Save button. Ask for destination. I don't see anything here about mail, but we'll go to the website.
It's not an app in the App Store.
No, it is not. But it's not a subscription, so you buy it now and you get $29 in one payment. You get 1 gigabyte of cloud storage, 1 year of updates, but it will work. Well, I don't know, 5 years down the road it might not. And then if you want the monthly one, but you'll hear me talk about Setapp a little bit more because I've recently, people have talked about Setapp here in my AMAs, and I've been familiar with it for years, but I'm starting to, they added Spark Mail, my favorite mail app, to it. So now I'm taking a second look at it. And if we look, you're going to see that I have for $9 a month. These are all the apps that I'm using, and I would be paying more than $9 a month to use all of these apps. So, but CleanShot is in there as well. So.
Well, that looks like a good replacement. And Dan very carefully didn't mention the app that I want to get rid of. But I don't have a problem letting folks know that I went to a user forum with a problem I had with Sketch from Evernote and discovered that the last release of Sketch was 3 years ago. And so while I like it, it has no future as far as I can see. So I want to find a replacement.
So yeah, try that. I don't know if they have a trial or not, but try that. I'm very happy with it, but I don't know how you use it. But I'm very happy with that. And I will say, looks like Sketch is part of Evernote. Could that be?
Sketch used to be independent, and Evernote bought them, and I think they've lavished neglect on it.
Well, I was going to say, anybody that is an Evernote user, be very wary. They are going through some troubles. And it was bought by, not to get on my soapbox, but it was bought by a hedge fund, blah, 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 blah. And exactly what Ward is talking about, the TLC that these apps need is not there. And they're on the forums. They laid off a bunch of people at Evernote maybe about 2 or 3 months ago. So usually that's the first step. So for Evernote, if you're an avid Evernote user, you may want to look into other alternatives. I'm not trying to play a scare out there, but Evernote is very powerful, and just keep an eye on it. The rumors are swirling. Let's just go with that. So, which fits in with Sketch, which is what they use over at the school that I help at. So, all right. How can I avoid the fishbowl effect in photos? So what this is, and I'm going to go extreme here because people have seen me talk about it, or I've mentioned it. What I have here is a camera it's a 360 camera. And what this has is it goes 360 all the way around like a dome. And with this, what you're able to do is get a very wide angle. Well, when you go with a wide angle to capture a lot, and I forget who it was that asked on this. Let me look here.
I did.
Okay, so when you're capturing a group of people, and all of a sudden it looks a little bit warped, and that is just due to it being a wide angle. So I'm going to show you a couple photos here that I've taken with this, because this goes really wide. So some of you know that we went on a sailboat ride a while back, a few weeks ago, and I took some photos and videos with that camera, and you're going to see being that it's a very wide angle. Let's see, I'm going to accept this. Open in Photos. That's what it did before. Oh, it's probably sorting by date. But anyway, there's a photo, and you're going to see that. Look at that horizon there. It's like a smiley face. And that is because I took this at a very wide angle. And that's what happens when you take photos at, here, I'll do another one here.
Does it help to stand further back? Or
Yes.
the
Yes.
angle
You
of
basically what you want to do is you want to, I'm using the wrong keyboard. What you want to do is not use the wide angle lens. And typically that's what we do when we
I mean, I'm taking
get
with
a group
my
shot.
iPhone. Yeah, my iPhone, the 13 Pro Max.
Yeah. So essentially what you want to do is, look at this one. Because I had that, camera way out there. And that's just, it's a nature of camera lenses and things like that. You'll see sometimes where poles are like this. And what Apple does, they actually use the computational photography, and they will straighten out those poles. And I can do that on here too. I can actually straighten out this horizon, but when I do, it zooms into the photo. So the further back I go, or the wider angle I want, the more warped things are. So, you just, basically it's just nature of photography, and what you want to do is make sure that don't use the wide angle or stand further back. But if you stand further back, then you don't have to use that wide angle lens, and then you won't see that warpage so much.
Okay, thank you. Do you use Lightroom to do any of the adjustments?
I
or
don't.
anything?
You can though. Lightroom does have, I forget what they call that, but Lightroom you can do that. And Apple and Photos app, that's exclusive to what I use. There's no setting for that, but I believe in Lightroom they actually have some kind of a thing where you can straighten things out, and they just use computational photography to do that kind of thing. But I think they do. But it's been a long time since I've opened up Lightroom or played around with it. So.
Thanks.
All right. Philip asks, how do you move passwords from Passwords Plus, which is like what Ward was talking about. Passwords Plus is what he uses, and they are no longer going to support it. So he wants to move them into iCloud's Keychain. So it's actually pretty easy to do. I looked this up, Passwords Plus export. Basically, it's a two-step process. You first need to export all of them out of Passwords Plus. And, here it is, open Passwords Plus on the Mac, go to the Tools menu, select Export, and it's going to export it out as a CSV file. Comma-separated value file, which means you could put them into a spreadsheet, anything like that. Pretty simple file. It's not anything complicated. So you export them out. Now they're sitting in a file, this CSV file. Now what you need to do, and they added this last year on the Mac, you can actually go into your passwords here and import. So I open up my, wrong password here. And when we go up to the More button here, you're going to see Import. I would choose my CSV file, and then I would just import that into Passwords here, and then all your passwords from Passwords Plus will now be in Apple's Keychain, and you can use them on all your different devices. And as you update them, it'll update them. So pretty simple to do. Export them out of there. Make sure it's at .csv. Just search for Passwords Plus export, and then just go into your passwords on the Mac, and you can import them. I don't think you're able to do that on the iPad and iPhone. You have to do it on the Mac. But then, once you do that, they'll show up on your iPad and iPhone. So.
Okay, thank you very much. I was going to do it one at a time.
Oh, boy. Oh, wow.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Instead of playing golf, I'd be sitting one at a time.
No, get out on that course.
Yeah, what does it do with all the other information other than just passwords? In other words,
Well, Apple's password manager, I don't know what Passwords Plus keeps track of, but I'll show you what Apple's passwords manager. It does have more information, and when you import them in, so I have a demo password here that I can show people because it's just a demo. So basically, it has the username and password, but also it does have notes in there. So it depends on what Passwords Plus exports. I don't know exactly what they export, but if they export notes, it'll put notes in there. And then in a lot of cases, password managers need to know what site you're using it on. This is how it knows, like if I go to demosite.com, the password manager here will be like, oh, this is the password and username that you use for that. So, really you need you need username, password, but also it needs to know the website. Now, doesn't necessarily need to, but it is, I'm going to say that Passwords Plus probably has that. I don't know what else Passwords Plus did. There is a verification code option for two-factor authentication. And now we have groups, which is new in iOS and macOS Sonoma, iOS 17. But for the most part, these are the key pieces of information that you want to import. And then you'll be able to use them from there. So,
okay.
does macOS password support forms? In combination with, it does for passwords, but forms are actually part of this use information from my contacts. This is in the settings for Safari. So that's where it'll pull that information from, which leads to another question that I have. I think, oh no, so we'll get to that on PDFs. Let's go to the next question.
Dan,
Yeah.
before you go on there, my question about forms was, in 1Password, I can go to any form where I have to fill it out, like I'm submitting a trouble ticket or something like that, and I have to identify myself and put in this field and that field. And so I can, in 1Password, I can just say, save all the values in this form and come back and fill them all in.
Yes, so if I go to, I'm seeing a little, that's interesting. That's that screenshot. I attached it somehow to this page. So apparently that screenshot thing does more than what I know. So, but anyway, we'll just go to my site here. I have a form. Let's go and sign up. And we'll start with this one here. And the way that Apple's work, you're going to see that when I click in here, it knows that it needs the first name. And this is where it is pulling that information. Now, here I can customize what information. So, which email address do I want to use? So it doesn't necessarily keep form, like I can't say this is my business type stuff. I can do this individually. So, Dan Wassink, email, which email do you want to use? Do you want to use one, hide my email, that kind of thing. So it doesn't, I'm thinking 1Password probably allows you to keep like a work form. It's going to have all my work stuff. And then a personal form is going to have all my personal stuff. And let's say I was doing something for InMug, it would have all of my InMug stuff. It doesn't do that, but we can do it individually by clicking on this. So it's not as slick as 1Password. Again, one of the advantages, 1Password is good. Not as slick as that, but that's how you could do it. So.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, it's Phil again.
Yeah.
I'm terrified that I'm going to push the button and lose all of those passwords. Is there a way that I can back up? I suppose my 1Password or my Password Plus would still be there, so I still have them. So
right.
It's a file that you're exporting. Okay, that's good.
So you'll have two backups, because you'll have the Password Plus. It doesn't delete them, I'm sure of that. When you export, It doesn't delete them. I mean, I can't speak for them personally, but that'd be really bad if they did that. And then you're going to have your exported file. That's going to be a backup.
Yep.
And when you import them in there, it doesn't delete that exported file. So yeah, you are going to have a, basically virtually 2 backups right there. So
Okay, that's great. That's great. And if you hear from me again, I've screwed something up. So
okay, all right.
thank you.
How do we copy the URL of music or other YouTube video? And this comes from Danny. And basically, let's go to YouTube here. There are a couple different ways to do that. So let's go with, we'll go with Mr. Beast here. If you open it up,
to deliver on.
and you go up to the URL, that is all you need to do to copy it. Just copy this, and you've copied that URL. Now, sometimes what you're doing is you're looking at this share icon, so it's embedded within a page. Let's go to my site again. I have YouTube videos on here, so we're going to go with this one here, create shared passwords. I just created a video on this. And if you're not logged in, the way that my site works is when you're not logged in, you get the YouTube video with all of the ads. And if you are logged in, there are no ads. So that's a benefit of being a member. You don't see any of the ads. So let's say you wanted to share this video, not my page necessarily, but the video itself. How can you do that? And basically, all you have to do is get the video playing, and you're going to see the share here. And there's the link. So I just copy this, or click on it to copy it. And now what I'm able to do is share that link. So video and YouTube, Vimeo, anything like that is just like any other URL. There's nothing fancy. And if it's embedded in something, you can, basically just copy this link, open it up, and there's the video. So that's how you can share YouTube videos. No, this is not only for the latest stop. For Janet, if you're talking about this copying, and even the previous topic, I just saw your thing, so I'm not sure which question it's for. But no, the last 2 passwords. No, you have to, for exporting and importing, you do have to be on Ventura or later. I think they introduced that a year ago. So if your computer's within the last year, you're good to go.
Thanks.
Yep. All right. So Danny, like I said earlier, he's not able to make it. He's on the other side of the world, different time zone, this, that, and the other. So I can breeze through these questions here. He is wondering what the best PDF thing is. And basically what he's asking is, when you put in a form, sometimes that form is not aligned properly. We've all seen it where it doesn't line up properly. So he just wants to be a little more pixel perfect with this kind of stuff. And unfortunately, I don't think that has anything to do with the PDF viewer. That is how the form was created. So when you create a PDF form using PDF Acrobat, Adobe Acrobat, you can set where that form is and how it lines up. So it's probably the person who created it probably just drew a box, and they, most PDFs, they don't really care where it is, so it just doesn't align properly. That'd be my guess. As far as the best PDF, if these things are expensive. If I search for PDF, of course we have a PDF Reader Pro. Adobe, they're the ones who created PDFs. That is going to be really good. Looks like you can get it. I don't know what the Pro version includes, but you have to pay for that. You also have, I've heard really good things about PDF Expert, but look at that price. It is pricey. But if we go to the website, let's go and see. My favorite trick is when you go to these websites, sometimes you can download it and try it out. necessarily can't download trials from the App Store, but you can go to the website. So you could try this, see if it works. And, like I say, it is a little bit pricey. But PDF Expert is the one that I've heard lots of information on, a lot of good stuff on it. So, and then can you use calculations in Pages? Yes, you can. And I had a page on that. Let's see here. Earlier today. So I would search for calculations in Pages, and then make sure you get to Apple's support. And you're going to see that you have a lot of the same things. I don't know exactly if it has everything that Numbers does, but it will, for the most part. I believe you can use formulas like you can in a spreadsheet in Numbers. So, and that is all I got. So thank you. Now we can, we have a little bit of time if you just want to open it up to open questions. Anybody have anything else?
Dan?
Yeah.
Okay, so on kind of expanding on the saving or sharing.
I got to
YouTube.
turn my ceiling fan on. There we go. Okay.
So can you copy them? And if you copy them, where are they saved? Are they saved to your, and this could be true of any video, not just on YouTube, but I mean, if you have a link to it,
Mm-hmm.
if it's saved, does it go to where, under photos, the area that says videos, or does it go someplace
No,
else?
what it does is it goes to, so let's go to YouTube here. I'm on an iPad. Right, yeah, you can see my iPad. Mm-hmm. And let's just go to this one here. And what I want to do is copy this. Now, maybe this is where he's coming from. On an iPad, you can be in an app. So we're going to go two different ways to do this. So right now I'm in Safari, Chrome, whatever you want to use. So you can just go up here, select it, and copy it. It goes into the pasteboard. Now what I would need to do is go into Numbers or spreadsheet and paste that into something else. So right now it's just kind of in its own little brain. It didn't put it anywhere. I would have to go and paste this elsewhere. So I'd have to open up a spreadsheet and paste it. Now, that's really easy through Safari. So I'm glad you brought this up, Kevin, because I might not have answered his question. If you're in YouTube, you can't get at that URL. So we're going to go to YouTube here. And there we go. So let's go with this one here. And let's say I wanted to share this one. There's no URL. How do I share this? Well, basically what you'll need to do is go over to Share here and copy the link. Of course, I could send it in mail, so this will automatically open it up in mail. This will automatically open it up in Messages. But all it's really doing is taking this link here and putting it into Messages. It's putting it into Mail. If I go on More, I can actually get the whole share sheet and share it to a Notes app or anything like that. But essentially what you want to do is you want to copy that link. So when you copy the link here, if I go into Safari, now that I've copied that, and I paste, that is that same video. So I just copied that video. So you have to find that share link when you're on YouTube or any other service that is within an app, because you can't read that URL. So you have to get that URL somehow. So that's how you can do that.
But that's still the link, I guess, right? So
Yep.
I'm just wondering how that saves. Okay, because I can see copying it to stick it in an email. But I'm wondering, saving it, so you don't have to keep going into YouTube. I guess it would link to YouTube.
Yeah, it would, right. So there's a couple of, basically what I would have to do is copy this, open up a spreadsheet, and I think that's what Danny was talking about, and paste it into a spreadsheet. And then another video comes along. I'd have to go and copy that and paste it into a spreadsheet. if you wanted to do that. Now, YouTube, if you're signed in, I'm not signed in, but you can save these so then you can watch them later. You can do something like that as well. But,
Right, but you actually had to do that. You actually have to go into YouTube.
yep.
I mean, you actually open YouTube and then look through your library or whatever, you know, you recently saved or something like that. But I guess I was wondering, is there a way just so that it can be in your video section? But it sounds like no, you've got to paste it into something.
Now, there is an app out there, and I do plan on creating, it's a little bit buggy, but to me it's worth it. Play. See if it's going to come up with a bunch of games here. Let's do it this way. I'll search for play. Do you, let's see here. Do you have an iPhone, Kevin?
Yes.
And do you have an Apple TV?
It's real old, like maybe 10 years.
Oh, nope, then that won't work. Okay. So I'll show you something here. This is what I use, and it kind of expands on this, so other people might like this as well. All right, hold on. Now you can download videos. You can use a downloader to download them as well. But let me get this. PL. Steve has heard me talk about this app before. I just need to, I'm looking, but I can't ever find the website. That's the problem with it. Why can't I?
What was the name of the app again?
Play. That's the problem. It's so generic. It's so generic, but it's a good app. It's a good app. Basically, what you can do with it. Let me try. Play. Save videos. Let's try that. Play. Save. There it is. Videos. Watch later. All right. So I'm going to download. This is the app. So essentially, what you can do with this app is it's kind of like a collection. It's a reading list for videos. That's how I put it. And what you can do is this will show up in the share sheet. This app will. And the beauty behind it is, so now I'm going to go to YouTube. It collects videos from different sources, so it's not only YouTube, it collects it from other ones. And let's say I wanted to look at this video, but I don't want to look at it now. So I just click on share, and when we go to more, to where we get that share sheet, you're going to see there's an option to add to play. So I'm going to go and add this to play. And just fills in all of the information. I'm just going to go done. I can add notes to it. Now it's in play. I could go to Vimeo. I could keep doing this and just keep adding more and more videos. Let's go to this one here. Yeah, let's go and share that one. These are all YouTube, but like I said, it does work with other sources as well. And now, the nice thing about this is, if I go over to my Play app on here, what you're going to see are no content. There they are, new. You're going to see those two apps in there. Now, again, these are both from YouTube, but it really doesn't matter where they're from. They can be from other things, and you can just sit here and go through them. And as you watch them, this is why I say it's a reading list for videos, as you watch them, it'll move it from unread to read. And the beauty of this is this syncs across all your different devices, including an Apple TV. So the reason why I asked Kevin if he had an iPhone is he can install this Play app on his iPhone, and even though he saved it on his iPad, he can go and watch it on the iPhone, or vice versa. It's probably more vice versa. I don't like to watch videos on my iPhone. I'm of that older generation. And so I'll find a video. I go over to my iPhone and save it to Play, through that whole share sheet. And then what it'll do is it'll show up on my iPad here. And if you have a newer Apple TV where you can install apps, they actually have a Play app on the Apple TV. So guess what I'm able to do? Open up that Play app on my TV, my 60-inch TV, watch that video. It'll open up in YouTube, and I can watch the video. So like I say, it's a reading list. It's not a free app. You do have to pay for it, but I don't think it's too expensive, and it's a little bit buggy. But sometimes I have to quit out of the app. I'm not going to say it's perfect by any means, but I've had it for a while. Steve has heard me talk about it. It's a good app, and he's constantly working on it. And I just exactly what we're kind of talking about here. The beauty of this app is I can be on any device. I want to watch a video. I don't want to watch it now. It doesn't matter if I'm on YouTube. Let's go over to my Mac, and we're going to take a look at his website so we can kind of see. I need to find his website here, developer website. So this is his website here. And he has a few different apps. Music Harbor lets you stay on top of the latest music, that kind of thing. But the one that I like here is called Play. And you can see it's getting good. These are people that I follow, Daring Fireball and Mac Stories. This is some reputable, Federico, likes it. It's it's a good, minimal, does one thing, and it does a good job. And if we go and download the press kit or access the press kit, this is where you can get all the details. So here's everything that it supports. YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple TV, LinkedIn. So, you get any of these. You're watching something on TED, you can share it to Play. And BBC, Vimeo. And you can actually go back to old school. If it doesn't add it automatically, you can add videos from other platforms by manually filling in the field. So, again, nice app. It's a reading list for videos, and it may be a solution into what we're talking about here, where I want to watch that. I want to listen to that music. Well, if it's on YouTube, you can just sit there and add it to that play sheet, and you can even go as far as tag them. And if we look, you can see that they just showed up on my Mac. Remember, I did this on the iPad. But now what I'm able to do is tag these, so I can say that this is Apple. And then you can, music, however you wanted to, you can categorize them all. So it's just a nice little, I like it. So it is not only for, that's pretty, yeah. So that's where what the Play app can come in and help with that kind of thing.
So basically it's an application that, effectively it's an application that you're saving a link to.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Ward, you have a question on Setapp. Go for it. I've been playing around with it a lot lately.
You went over to answer my question about screen capture and picked an app out of Setapp. One of the things that concerns me about Setapp, and I haven't pursued it, is that they're just collecting all kinds of things just to make their portfolio bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. And I'm always looking for best-in-class apps.
Yep. I totally agree. Yep.
And I'm curious what the selection criteria is for.
So let's go into there, and I will be upfront here. I just became an affiliate for them. They actually reached out to me. There it is, Setapp. They saw that I have some videos on SparkMail, which everyone knows that I use, and they just added SparkMail to their portfolio. Makes me very happy. I am, I'm with you, Ward. I like best in class, and I think that SparkMail is, for what it does a really good job, and I really like it. So they've added that in there. Another thing that they have, another app that I really like. So first of all, they have Spark, which is great. I think that this CleanShot, I bought this before Setapp. So this is not a Setapp recommendation. I was just happy to see it in there. Bartender. This helps you organize your menu bars up here. Another great app. And this is, I consider, best of class. Especially when you get a Mac that has the notch up here. You get a lot of apps here. And of course, you get like me, where I kind of hoard apps. This gets really, really long. So what you can do is you can hide some of these menu bars, and it just puts a little 3 dots there. You click on it, shows all of them. Click on it again, they disappear. It just does a really good job, nice and easy, and very powerful. Again, familiar with this before Setapp. Yoink. Familiar with this before Setapp. Yoink is something that you can use drag and drop. So when you open this up, let's say I wanted to, I don't know if I have it set up on here yet. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. So let's say I wanted to copy this screen image over here, right? And I want to put it somewhere else. Well, with Yoink, I can just put it on this shelf. And I can grab other items. I want to put this one over here. And I want to put this thing over here. And then what you're able to do is grab them out of here and drag them back out. So think of it as a shelf, a copy board, kind of like what we were talking about, Kevin. Of course, this is Mac. I don't know if they have it for the iPad. But for the Mac, it's a shelf for copying files and stuff like that. Again, before I'm glad to see it's in Setapp. So those are 3 really good apps. I'm also a big fan of Clean My Mac, have been for years. I do not like these Clean My kind of things. Generally speaking, you don't need it. But the one that I do recommend, and I've recommended this before Setapp, is Clean My Mac. It's the only one that I would say I really, really like. I'm sure there's other good ones out there, but I like Clean My Mac. Paste. Love Paste. Again, had it for, for a couple years. And this is a clipboard that, let's see if I have it. I don't have it enabled on here. I have a class on it. Let's see here. Let's open it up. Open. And share. So there is the clipboard. And as I copy things, so if I copy this, yes, you can see I have all of my different things in there that, so it's like a clipboard history per se. Another great app, part of Setapp. BusyCal, I've played around with that. I'm actually a Fantastical user. This is a calendar replacement, but BusyCal is something that I have played around with for a while. And I'd say it's better than most. It's good. Shorten URLs. My URLs get to be quite long, so I've been playing around. I did discover this one through Setapp, but it seems to be pretty nice. It just sits in the menu bar, and I can easily shorten a URL. Works nice. And Busy Contacts is a nice contact manager, because what you're able to do, now you can't do this with macOS Sonoma yet. They changed their mail program, but you can click on a name. So let's say Ward, I set up an event with Ward in my calendar, and he emails me. I can actually click on Ward's name, and I'm going to be able to see all of his contact information, all of the meetings that I've had with him, all of the mail that he sent me, or all the correspondence. So it's like a contact manager, instead of just contacts showing you contacts. Nice touch, and I do like that. I've paid for this in the past. Almighty is like that. I created a video on Tech Tool where you can find hidden preferences and things like that. I've never heard of it, but it Tech, what is that one here? We talked about it a few weeks ago. Tinker Tool. Tinker Tool is free, and you can unlock hidden preferences and things like that. It doesn't damage your computer, but it does just little things like add spacers in here in your dock and all that. That's basically what this does. And then I'm playing around. This is not best in class. Manage your money. I thought I'd play around with it. And I'm playing around with this AI kind of stuff. So it's not, there's a lot of good apps in here. And when you go into the developer world, I think they had a lot of developer stuff before they moved into more of the consumer. I think there is, full SSH terminal. Let's go create. I think there's, Ulysses is a great app for writers. Very, very good app. Permute, I paid for that years ago. Here it is, part of Setapp. Again, I think this is best in class. So I can go through here, and there's, not everything, of course, but there's a lot of good stuff. RSS feed, nope, no good. Not on the iPhone, not on the iPad. I use NetNewsWire. So it has its issues too. But
I noticed Downey there in the list. I'm a huge fan of Downey.
Are you? Okay. I've never heard of it. Is that this one here?
Yep.
Downey? Yeah.
It
Download you.
It just adds a button to your toolbar in Safari, and you click it, and it downloads the video that you're looking at.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So as you can see, there's a lot of good stuff. If I go publish, and I thought what I would do is maybe here's Swift Publisher. That's really good. For publishing, pages. You have Pages, InDesign, and then Swift Publisher is kind of in the middle there. So yeah, there's some pretty good stuff. Presentify, I'm thinking it's the right one. Nope, not the right one. Uses AI. So, but anyway, some pretty good stuff on here. And I thought what I would do is down the road, what I might do is just have a class on this. I have to be careful. I mean, I don't have to be careful, but I want to be upfront. I am an affiliate, so when you sign up, I do get paid for it. But I do believe in Setapp. It does seem to be, my only problem with them having it right now is if you have a lot of devices, you have to pay them. It's, it can get pricey if you have a lot of devices. I have a lot of devices. So I'm figuring that stuff out right now. But it is nice in the fact of, let's say I didn't want to use this one here. I can go and uninstall it. And when I uninstall it, look at that, uninstall completely. It deletes all the preferences and all that. So it's just going to install it. And then I can always go and install it later again. And they do have iOS apps as well. Not a lot, and it works actually pretty cool. But I can go over here to iOS apps, and they do have MindNote, another one that I paid for years ago. Well, I don't have to pay for it. So they do have some pretty good stuff in there, and these are all included in the price. So far, I'm liking it. Yeah.
Yeah. One final one, and I know you got to go anyway.
Yeah.
I got to go
Yep.
too. So I've talked about getting a second iPad for teaching for school because I'm a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
And if I wanted so that it would not collect any of my information, any tax information, whatever I would have, or photos and stuff like that, I would have to register under a different email. Is that correct? In other words, I use my AOL, but I'd have to use like iCloud or something like that. Is that correct?
And what you with Apple, what you can do is create a hide my email. It creates just a random email address. Let's see here. We'll go to my site again. We're going to see if this works. And let's go and sign up. And when I sign up, where I put in the email address, I don't want to use my email address because a lot of times these places will.
Are you displaying it?
Oh, sorry.
Query.
No, I know. I didn't turn my iPad on. All right. So I'm just at my site.
Right.
But a lot of times what you want to do is you don't want to use your real email address in here because I don't, but there are people out there that will sell that email address and all that kind of stuff. So I can choose here to use, and this is an iCloud feature, so you have to use your iCloud email address. But here, krustytickle08 at iCloud.com. If I click on that, that's the email address that it's going to use, and you don't have to worry about that. This is all behind the scenes. you will get an email over to your main iCloud email address. But what Apple is doing is telling the person that this is your email address. So then what you can easily do is just turn off this email address, and anybody that sent emails to that, let's say this marketer sold it to 10 people, so now you're getting 10 emails from, all you have to do is just turn that off, and you can do that within the Mail app or in iCloud.com. All those emails stop. Because it's just turned off. So it's hide my email works really good for something like that. Maybe what I'll do is I should include a class on that or something, because it is nice. It is really nice. So.
If I go to an Apple store to get it, okay, and ask them to set it up, they'd know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They'll be able to set that up for you. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep. We'll go to the last question. Deborah asks, do you allow Cursor Pro? Cursor Pro is my thing that I use to zoom in here. It's a separate app. Do I have to allow it to access? Yes, I have to. It has to. It doesn't actually record the screen, but the way that it works is it needs to access the screen. So if we look right up here in my menu bar, when I zoom in, you're going to see a little purple thing show. There it is. That's telling me that Cursor Pro, this is an Apple thing. Basically what they're doing is they're saying, hey, something is recording your screen. And in my case here, it's Cursor Pro. So it does use it, but it's using it in a that bartender, which also works with this menu bar to hide different things, also will trigger this. And it's all it is just saying information, just saying, hey, there's something recording your screen. Yep, I know, Cursor Pro. But that's how it uses this little trick to zoom in. Right.
Great.
You do have to turn that on.
Okay.
All right. Let's call that a wrap. Thank you, everyone. And next week, let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to do a lesson on Spark, I believe. I set up my thing. A lot of people have asked about mail and all that kind of stuff, and they'd heard me talk about Spark. So next week, I'm going to talk about Spark, and then we'll do another AMA. And we'll see if Spark can help you out. So, thanks, everyone. And we'll see you all later. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Aloha.
Mahalo.